forced technology transfer, intellectual property theft, and market access barriers. That is some of the rhetoric in stories about doing business in China. If they were the whole picture, foreign investors would be in retreat. Data shows it is just the opposite. China is one of the few major economies where foreign investment went up in 2018. It went down in most developed countries. The United Nations Global Investment Monitor reported a 19% decrease in global direct investment in 2018. The drop in the industrialized world is more than double that, at 40%, with an 18% drop in the United States. At this year's National People's Congress, Beijing hopes a new legislation could help attract even more foreign capital. The Foreign Investment Law, for the first time, uses a negative list for market access to replace an investment catalog. What that means is, except the prohibited and restricted industries on that list, such as news media and certain utilities, foreign investors will receive the so-called national treatment, meaning they can invest in all other sectors subject to the same laws regulating domestic Chinese firms, and can compete equally for Chinese government contracts. One caveat though, the products must be made in China. The law also explicitly bans forced transfer of technology and protects the intellectual property of foreign firms, though it says China welcomes the voluntary technology cooperation between Chinese and foreign firms based on mutual benefits. Addressing concerns about poor implementation, the new legislation requires local governments to abide by the law in letter and in spirit. Some might suspect this law is an expedient measure to silence critics in Trump's White House. Fact is, Chinese lawmakers first proposed these changes in a draft law written 2 years before Trump took office, and the reforms have already been test run in around a dozen pilot areas across the country.